Thank you for joining me for this video. Now, this video is actually a follow-up to the video regarding logging into Pacer and looking up cases. And I'll put the description in the description. I'll put the link for the Pacer. And so this video works well whether you're a paralegal study student, or the legal services student, or you're a pro se filer looking to file for bankruptcy and you're looking for more information. So in this video, I'm going to focus, because it relates to chapter 4 of my textbook, just regarding the issues of the law and local rules. So the first thing I want to point out is here, first place, I'm in the Southern District, my hometown, but this is going to be basically all the websites are the same no matter the district. But if you look up here, we have, of course, the standard, the bankruptcy code, the bankruptcy rules, federal rules of civil procedure. It's all the same, right? But here we go, local rules. Always make sure, if you're filing or you're new to this field as a paralegal, make sure you look up the local rules, because they could change. For the most part, I'll be honest, all this pretty much matches everything in all the other districts, but still look it over just to make sure. Now, I did reference administrative orders in chapter 4, and again, whether you're a paralegal study student, or you're looking to file for bankruptcy, just make sure you look at the local administrative rules. There could be rules that do change from one district to another, and here's one that I think I actually referenced before. But there were policies regarding COVID, and even going through now the judges, I'll show you one judge has a particular their own policy regarding this issue. So it's important to know the local rules. As you can see here, this might be completely different in another district, and that's okay. The chief judge can run their district as they see fit. Now, we have the local rules, right, and we have the administrative orders, which this applies basically to everybody, right? Now, if we come here, actually, let me go over the forms first. When you go over the forms, I also want you to realize there are local forms. Now, when it comes to bankruptcy and the bankruptcy petition, basically all those forms are going to be the same. But there's certain forms that may not exist from one district to another, or may not. It might be separate from the bankruptcy. So, if you look up here, you can see a long list. I could tell you. Let me see if I happen to find it. When you're talking about, here we go. Here's part of what I was thinking about. But when you happen to file bankruptcy, sometimes you can do what's called a cram down, and I'll post a link on that as well in the description. I'm even writing it down as we speak. The cram down means you're going to lower the value of the vehicle to what you actually owe. So a lot of times, cars they depreciate in value quickly, and so you owe $20,000 on a car that's worth 15. Well, with a cram down, you would reduce it to the actual value. Now, the Southern District has a specific motion for that. So it's just basically fill in the blank. So, but other areas or other districts may not have that. So always make sure to likewise peek at the local forms. Sometimes there's local forms to how to amend the bankruptcy petition to include a creditor. So if that's the case, again, likewise, make sure to look that up, so there's no issues with when you file something with the clerk or with the judge. Now, finally, I wanted to explain that there is a difference also from one judge to the next. While we might have an administrative order that encompasses everything, such as rules and procedure regarding COVID, every judge is different the way they're going to handle certain situations. So let me go here actually first. This is the one I looked up before. Judge Isikoff, I believe, is now the chief judge down in Miami, and she has a separate section here titled Practice Tips. Okay, so it tells you everything, what she likes and what she prefers, etc. Now, she also has a separate one for dealing with procedures and information. I mentioned Judge Isikoff because many years ago, when she had just gone into that district, she scheduled a hearing on a reaffirmation agreement. I didn't go because I've never gone to a hearing on a reaffirmation agreement. The other judges I dealt with in the past for 2 decades, that's just not something that they did. So of course she called and said, why are you not here? I'm like, well, why would I be there? She says, I require people to be here. Of course, I apologize. I told her, honestly, I didn't even look it up. I just kind of took it for granted. But there you go. A judge might want you there for a reaffirmation agreement, and they don't care, even if you have a lawyer. that the lawyer is not representing you on that, they might want the lawyer there too. Fair or not, it is what it is. I don't, lawyer has to go to a hearing they're not getting paid for, but these things happen. These are the judges. They they can do however, they can run their courtrooms however they want. Now let's go to another judge here. I know she's a recent appointee for that district. You see here now what she's requiring, and she even has, she makes it clear, the dates. Everyone's going to be attending any hearings, whether it's attorneys or the parties. So this is important again, so you avoid an issue like I had, where all of a sudden, I'm getting a call from the judge and I'm relaxing in my office, having lunch, and the judge is upset that I'm not there. So don't make that mistake. Always make sure to go to your district's website, look at the rules, look at the local rules, anything different, administrative orders as well. Take a peek on that, and definitely look at what the judges want and what they require, whether it's going to a hearing in person or it's a Zoom hearing or something as simple as a reaffirmation agreement where they might want everybody present. Even though it was signed and nobody has an objection, the judge still has a right to bring in the debtor and ask questions just to make sure. Okay, so any questions, as always, feel free to post them in the comment section below, and I will put the other links that I referred to where I tie all these videos together. Thank you.